Zebec made a post very recently saying how the new super app, it's coming soon. Now, nothing I say is financial advice, and I'll talk about my perspective later, hypothetically on 10 cents in the video. Again, I'll talk about it later, but first of all, again, I'm not telling anyone to do anything. However, when it comes to this, people like to tell me, who really cares about it? Well, I think it shows progress. I think it showcases that Zebec is still working towards something. And also, I think that even though, let's say they do launch it, and let's say the altcoin space isn't doing the best, it's probably not going to do much to the charts when it comes to ZBCN. But I think that this could matter, especially for the long term, because imagine, right, having the aspects of payrolls, the cards, and then just consolidating it all basically into one thing. It'd be pretty cool, right, when it comes to the super app in terms of how it's kind of putting all of sort of the aspects that sometimes I do like about Zebec and then just in one place like that. It's like, for instance, let's say I walk inside a fast food restaurant. It wouldn't make sense for me to walk across the street just to get fries and then stay right here for the hamburger or the cheeseburger or whatever, right? It wouldn't make any sense. It makes sense if it's just all in one location. So it's just kind of doing that. That's the analogy that I would have when it comes to this. And it just makes things more convenient overall. I think when it comes to the side of enterprise adoption, or let's say just in the retail side of things, it just makes more sense in my perspective to just have things all in one place. So I think Zebec is doing a pretty cool thing when it comes to this. Now, just by design, by nature, doing something like this is not necessarily the coolest or most greatest thing of all time. I just don't think so. I mean, there's a lot of apps out there, right? This is not going to be anything groundbreaking or redefining the space. I highly doubt that, but it's still progress nonetheless, and at least they're doing something. That's the way I view it. The thing is this, at 10 cents actually, considering current circulating supply, market cap would be around 9.7 billion. Like, in the world of global trade and finance, if let's say there was an altcoin season, I don't know if that market cap maybe seems so outlandish, hypothetically, in a make-believe scenario in my perspective. But we'll wait and see. I mean, this is the only time will tell type of vibe right here. Like, I can't do anything about this, but I'm still a fan when it comes to Zebec. And the fact that they still even talk about things hypothetically coming soon, like when it comes to the Zebec super app and all this, I like the updates that they're doing. But again, only time will tell. They don't mention an exact date, but if they say coming soon, I mean, I'm assuming at least this year, right? So yeah, I'm still waiting. I mean, I'll still have to wait and see what happens when it comes to the altcoin space, but personally for me, I'm a fan of what I'm seeing so far when it comes to the updates and just the project's vibe overall. Also on top of that as well, people seem to think that Zebec's just forgotten about and what happened in 2025 was just kind of a flash in the pan basically when it comes to ZBCN. But the way I view it is that I don't think that was even an altcoin season. So sure, I did see ZBCN at around a 500 million market cap last year, but I just don't think that was an altcoin season. And the thing is this, when people like to tell me, well, ZBCN is doing so badly, they say it's the only one kind of doing that in this space. Well, I kind of disagree with that. Just take a look at XCN. Is that down? Yeah, it is. It's the closest competitor when it comes to ZBCN. XLM is even having a pullback, right? Take a look at XPR, Swiftcoin, XDC. ZBCN is no stranger to this. Now, we've seen some cases out there of like some microcaps just randomly having a rally, but ZBCN's not a microcap. And the closest competitors within its niche, they're also not doing the best. So we're not talking about it's a specialized event where only ZBCN is experiencing this. No, that simply isn't the case. And also, we're around 36 times now lower than 10 cents. So there's been a pretty decent pullback as of late. It is what it is though, right? I can't even control this, but I just control myself. That's it. That's the only thing I can do. And also, my perspective is that when it comes to something like ZBCN, I'm just a spectator, right? I can't do anything about this. It's like, for instance, if I watch a game in the NFL, what can I do about it? All I can do is watch. No matter what I do, let's say I go in my living room, right? I watch a game in the NFL, and let's say I want, for whatever reason, the LA Rams to win. And I'm starting to jump up and down like that. Like, it's not going to do anything, right? No matter what I do, I could do 100 push-ups. I can do like 100 sit-ups, 200 pull-ups or whatever. I mean, I'm just saying random things, but I'm just saying, whatever I do, it's not going to change the outcome of what happens. Like, I'm not a player in the team. Like, I can't do anything about that. It's like, for instance, when it comes to ZBCN, there's over 70,000 holders. What can I do? I'm just one individual, let alone in this whole space overall. If we exclude just ZBCN, let's say we take a look at the space overall, there's over 600 million owners, right? And there's only like over 70,000 for ZBCN. So that's the thing. Over 600 million owners, over 70,000 for ZBCN, and I'm just one individual. I can't do anything about this. So when my friends out there like to say, oh wow, take a look at what's going on, I'm also experiencing that too when it comes to ZBCN, right? Along with over 70,000 individuals as of right now who are currently still holding ZBCN. So I'm experiencing this, my friends are experiencing this, along with over 70,000 others, especially when it comes to ZBCN. And when it comes to the space overall, there's over 600 million, right? Individuals. So personally for me, I can't really do anything when it comes to this. All I can do is just wait and stay patient. But at least when a project updates, when they do something, I can at least be a little bit more positive, right? I feel like I can be a little bit just more enthusiastic seeing that the project that I'm a fan of at least do something. It's like, for instance, I just like to see activity sometimes when it comes to the project that I'm a fan of. It doesn't necessarily mean that they need to be doing the most impressive things. I just don't think so. At least just update. Even just saying hello, good morning. Sometimes that's already good enough. Or good night or good afternoon, whatever the case may be. Sometimes that's enough, right? It doesn't necessarily mean that, I have to always see them doing something, but at least I want to see some activity. That's my perspective. When I take a look at something like this, what I'm a fan of is that Zebec is, I think, a little bit of an underrated project for me, in my point of view at least, because it has an aspect of Solana. I think that sometimes is overlooked. It has a backer like Circle, and I feel like sometimes that's also overlooked, right? I take a look at Solana Ventures being a backer as well when it comes to Zebec. I feel like that's also very overlooked. So I feel like for what it is, basically being somewhat of a version, I think, in terms of the vibe of like Stellar and XDC, but with just a lower market cap and having those backers, and also on top of that, having an aspect of Solana. I feel like sometimes that's a little bit overlooked, personally, in my perspective. So I do like Zebec overall fundamentally. And Zebec, I think, has the traits of what I've seen previously in the past be somewhat of a good narrative, right? Like, for instance, Solana was a pretty good narrative back then when altcoins were doing a lot better. Zebec has an aspect of that. Back then, projects that have an aspect of global trade and finance did pretty okay. Zebec has an aspect of that as well. Also, on top of that, people usually care about the backers of a project back then. Again, Zebec is literally backed by Circle, the creator of USDC, and also on top of that, Solana Ventures. So it also has that box ticked. Not to mention, market cap, relatively speaking, isn't too massive, yet it's in the space of global trade and finance. This is why I just don't want to, personally for me, I'm not telling anyone to do anything, but I just don't want to ignore it. Now, I've been holding ZBCN for over a year at this point, so I've been through the kind of ups and downs, basically, but I'm still going to wait it out. But yeah, I'll just be waiting. That's it. I'm not telling anyone to do anything. Thank you for watching, and I hope you all have a very nice day, and feel free to subscribe if you enjoyed this video. I'd greatly appreciate it. It's Willie the Captain. I'm out. Peace. Bye.